Welcome to this week's 2Up2Down.
Got the twin intro this week.
What do you know?
And 2Up2Down.
Yeah. They have terrible hats like their father.
It's a fantastic hat.
It's terrible.
I have a problem with hats. I know I have a big head, but I feel like every time you go to the hat store, the larges are the same size as the mediums.
Well, no, they're not.
Yeah, take some.
You usually need to find that double X store.
I do. They make double X hats.
I don't know, but they should.
They really should.
Yeah.
There's a market for it.
There is.
I'll buy them. All Philadelphia sports.
There is in Haymarket.
There is. All right, well, welcome back. Week 3.
Yeah.
Or third episode.
Whatever
Who
you
knows
wanna
how
call
many weeks go by.
Who cares?
I don't care.
No.
We got a lot to talk about.
We do.
NBA.
We do.
That's where I want to start.
All right. I just got a lot of stuff in my pocket.
What is this?
I don't know. I feel weird. I got a lot of stuff in my pockets.
NBA. All right, so since the last show, the finals have ended. Toronto won the championship.
Yes.
That is some. You know how mad that makes me as a Sixers fan?
It doesn't make me mad as a Sixers fan. It made me disgusted as someone who, like we talked about before, can't stand Drake.
I know. He should never have won.
Why
that made
did he
me
do
so mad.
the post-game interview?
I don't know.
Like, that's the weirdest
And why
thing
was
I've
he
ever seen.
circling around Toronto in his private jet?
It's very strange.
He's just the epitome of douchebag.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
He really
about
is.
that. Absolutely.
But the way we lost that game, that lucky shot, I mean, that's got to be, it makes me so mad. We would have won. We would have won. We would have beat Milwaukee, and we would have beat Golden State.
There's like 6 teams who could say they would have won if Kawhi Leonard wasn't great.
Yeah,
So, essentially, that's what you're
that's so
saying.
lucky. I was watching on the ESPYs last night, and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding. There's no way that ball should go in that basket.
Well, that was just great.
There's just no way.
That's an amazing shot.
It's like that whack bounce in that movie Hoosiers.
That's the worst. People say that's a great sports. That movie's terrible.
Terrible movie.
You know who was at the ESPYs?
Huh.
The best girls basketball player I've ever seen in my life.
Who's that?
AZ Fudd. She's only going to be a junior in high school.
What?
Dude, I'm telling you, she is.
What high school did she go to?
She goes to St. John's College in D.C.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She's the best.
Huh.
I kid you not. I stood there watching her, and I was just floored.
As a sophomore?
As a sophomore, she was like, she is the only girl invited to the Steph Curry camp, and she beat him in a 3-point contest.
No way.
Yeah. Her mom, ironically, I watched her mom play in high school. Katie Smirka Duffy.
Oh, I know that name.
She went to Madison.
That's right.
Katie Smirka Duffy.
I remember her.
I went and saw her in a game where she went like for 50, and I was like, what is going on here? So I was like, I gotta go see her again. She went like 50 the next game too.
No way.
Yeah.
I do remember her name.
Ridiculous. Completely off topic. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. You know what else is off topic? Cousin Steve was here with Dave and Buster's. I was standing behind him. He was doing the basketball shootout, and I just kept going water in the background, and he just missing. It's fantastic.
You know what? Speaking of that, I went and did a 3-point contest against Jalen.
Did you lose?
I was crushing him. I was on fire.
I was.
It was like
"Was" is the operative word.
Well, the second game he came back and destroyed me, but that's not the big thing. The big point is that first one he was even looking like, what the hell is wrong with him? I was hitting everything.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was on fire.
We did like that. The NBA 3-pointers in Busch Gardens in Tampa. I airballed, I think, all of them.
Really?
It was embarrassing. And people in the background like, oh, what's wrong, big man? I'm like, yeah, had a morning lift. It's always my excuse.
How much lift did you get on your shot?
Oh, I wasn't jumping. I don't know what was going on.
The flat-footed 3?
Flat-footed.
I call that the LY.
Free agency. What's your feeling on it? I'm getting really tired of all, you know what I hate more than anything?
What's that?
It's when people say, oh, when we were growing up, guys would never do this. I'm so tired of that.
Such a lie.
So tired of it.
Yeah. People forget that, like, there was Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc, and then Dennis Rodman joined the team. I'm sorry. I don't care what people want to say about Dennis Rodman. He's one of the best defenders that's ever played
100%.
basketball.
And the greatest rebounder
The
ever.
best, yeah. So when you sit here and try to tell me, oh, that wouldn't have happened, but Jordan wouldn't have done that.
Right.
Sherman Rivers. When you try to tell me that, it's so ridiculous.
It's just Sherman one of those?
Oh, my goodness. He's just a diehard.
I'm going to tell you what, and as a Sixers fan, I'm seeing guys that I wanted to stay go. I love the way the NBA is going right now. I love it. I love that these guys are, making decisions on where they want to play. I heard a guy the other day say, look, you get drafted, that organization, that city has 3 to 4 years to make their pitch to keep a guy in that city. Yeah. If you can't do it, peace.
No,
but I love the team ups. I'm looking forward to. I never look forward to regular season basketball games. There's a bunch of them I'm looking forward to watching next year.
What do you think about the idea of the shortening the season and adding the mid-season tournament?
No,
like soccer.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
don't equate anything. Now.
I'm all right if you shorten the season a little bit, because let's face it. Let's face it. Before Kawhi and Paul George went, who wanted to see a Charlotte Clippers game on a Tuesday night in like February? You know what I mean? Come on.
Understandable. But I would still pay for the NBA package to see the other games.
That might be true.
But that's Charlotte's fault. Michael Jordan can't fill his team with stars.
It's been a long
Something wrong with Michael Jordan.
Grandmama.
Something wrong with Michael Jordan that nobody wants to play for him. Because ain't nothing wrong with Charlotte. Charlotte's a cool city.
Yeah. Yeah, but they
something wrong with Michael Jordan.
You can't, there's no, how do you look at the roster, you go, what?
Yeah.
It's like the Wizards. You look at the Wizards rosters, every year, you're just going, who is that person?
Straight trash.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
They should have never got rid of that kid, Kelly Oubre. He's going to be...
No.
He's gonna be good. I like him.
Try to tell me Bradley Beal. Come on.
Bradley Beal? I like Bradley Beal. He ain't gonna stay there though.
Come on.
He'll be out there soon enough. Russell Westbrook just got traded for Chris Paul.
Literally,
and
like
a host of draft picks.
Yeah, like just got traded.
Who else is gonna shoot the ball on that team?
I didn't know that you could play with 2 balls in the game.
It's gonna be
That's the only thing that's gonna work.
It's gonna be crazy.
I am predicting.
You can see Chris Paul, not Chris Paul. You can see Russell Westbrook pulling a Tanya Harding, not getting enough shots.
Oh, he will run him over.
It's gonna be crazy.
I am predicting right now that they will each grab the ball, pull it away from each other, and each come away with half of it.
It's possible.
It's gonna happen in the game.
I don't see how that works.
No.
Could.
No, it can't.
The West is going to be wild, though.
It's going to be crazy. But I will tell you that I think Kawhi Leonard is great.
He is.
I think Paul George is overrated. Always have. And I think Toronto is a great city. It might be cold, but it's a great city.
I think that's what it is. It's the cold.
And the taxes are higher.
Are they?
Well, California's taxes are high, but Canada's taxes are really high, yeah.
I mean, but you're the only Canadian team.
Yeah.
You changed the name to Canada, not Toronto.
They should move I'm telling you, they should move the Grizzlies back
you think so?
to Vancouver.
I heard Vancouver's a cool town.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to the games.
Although Memphis has got a good barbecue.
Memphis has a lot of stuff. Dude, come off so wrong.
That did, but I appreciated it. That's all.
Great.
That's all.
It's a great town.
Yeah,
it's a great town.
What do you think about Megan Rapinoe?
I love her.
I think it was great, man.
Listen.
She ate up that crowd. Man.
She did.
Yeah.
She's falling in love with her role, which is good. But it's cool. I've been arguing with people on Facebook. One of my hobbies that I like to do.
Of course.
And I get it. I mean, there's money just it's just so much more money is made in guys soccer worldwide. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about U.S. soccer, the money that the U.S. is paying these players. And I get the argument that they agreed in their collective bargaining agreement to what they're getting, but Who cares?
Yeah.
They deserve more money.
No, and there's a huge difference when you talk about women's soccer and like the WNBA.
Right.
I am a huge fan of the WNBA. Actually, the best part about Megan Rapinoe is Sue Bird. Sue Bird's my favorite girl ever to play basketball.
Megan Rapinoe thinks so too.
Absolutely. But if you look at it, the economics are not there in basketball.
No.
For equal pay.
Right.
It can't happen. But soccer is a totally different sport.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Can I just say one more thing on that?
Absolutely.
There's never been a time where America's been great that it hasn't been off the back of immigrants.
Yep.
Just saying.
True story.
Just saying.
True story.
Hey, that's my rant for the day. I keep it short and sweet.
And that's the politics.
That's
of
it.
the sports politics.
I keep
and
it
the
short
bullshit.
and sweet, yeah.
So let's get to the bullshit. Top 5 this week. Top 5.
This was nearly impossible.
Yeah, 80s sitcom theme songs.
Yeah, the vast amount of amazing theme songs in the 80s is ridiculous.
There was a 10.
Yeah.
So before we get started with the 5, there's a couple of just instrumentals that didn't really have lyrics to them that I just loved. That I had the A-Team. Yeah, absolutely. Knight Rider.
Absolutely.
Night Court. Love Night Court's intro.
Hey, you know what? I didn't even think about that.
Night Court was so great.
Yeah.
Bull. We used to think he was the funniest.
Bull was.
He was, you know.
No, Night Court was great. A-Team was the first one. I left it off my list because it didn't have any.
Right.
No, that was great.
So you want to start? I'm sure you got some honorable mentions in there, or we could just go 5 and then fight about honorable mentions afterwards.
What you got at 5?
Number 5, got the Fall Guy. Love that. I didn't watch the show, but we see the intro.
You didn't watch the show?
Not really. I don't think I've ever watched a full episode of the Fall Guy. But we used to always watch the intro and then turn the channel.
That's like number 2 for me. I mean,
it's so great.
It's 3, but it's way up there.
It's really great.
Man, and Lee Majors sang it too?
No, did he? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of star power singing these songs.
Yeah, if he didn't, I'm a fool. No, I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah.
He's got great lyrics.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, that was. What's your number 5?
All right. Happy Days.
Happy Days is from like 1968, isn't it?
That's possible, but I watched it in the 80s.
If we break the 80s rule, that opens up so many more theme songs.
That's probably true.
I'm pretty sure Happy Day, it's supposed to take place in the 50s, but I'm pretty sure it was in the 70s.
That might be true.
There's no way that show was shot in the 80s.
I don't know. Maybe not. Whatever.
You're shocked to find out the Flintstones was from the 60s.
You were?
No, you were.
Oh, well, you know. Again, I watched it in the 80s. What do you want me to tell you?
All right, what's your number 4?
All right. The Jeffersons.
The Jeffersons are in my tie of number 1.
And I'm going to tell you what, I don't even know if it was because of the theme song or because every time I think of it, all I see is George Jefferson walk.
He's so great.
It's the best. It's the best.
I love it. Did you see the live Jeffersons all the film they did?
I didn't.
It was good.
I heard it was pretty good.
It was pretty good. It's worth the watch.
What you got?
My number 4 is The Facts of Life.
I had that one too. Right, that was it, yeah.
Facts of Life. So, Alan Thicke.
Yeah.
Theme songwriter.
Yeah.
Music composer.
Yeah.
Canadian. All these things.
We're not going to hold that against him.
These things. But yeah, he wrote that. Not only that one, and another one on the list that I'll get to. But the lady he was married to at the time is the person who, I forget her name, but she sang the song for Facts of Life.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you're full of knowledge.
I know, I did. The crack writing team that I used to have at Romansburger, they came through. That's right.
They're all on it.
Oh, number 3 Jefferson. I have Give Me a Break.
Gosh, That's a good one.
No, Carter. She sang it and starred in the show.
Give me a break.
She's like a gospel singer.
That's a good.
That show was great. I don't know if it aged very well. I haven't given it a look in about 25 years, but I'm going to check out an episode of that. What's your number 2? What do you got there?
So I had Cheers. You can't go wrong with.
Right?
You got to take Cheers.
It's on my starred list.
It's on your starred list?
Yeah, I have it on my list over here of
Gotcha.
honorable mentions.
Now, it was great. Everybody's going to pick it number 1. A lot of people pick it number 1. I don't go with it number 1 because there's only one choice for that.
No. Well, my number 2 was Fame, which was a show that I didn't watch, but again, we loved the intro. I think my mom wouldn't let us watch it. It was a little old for us. But Irene Cara, she sang Flashdance, and Fame was like her other. That was a great song.
There was Jerry Curl Abound.
There was.
That show was amazing.
There was.
Yeah.
There was.
That show was amazing.
My number 1, I told you I had Jeffersons in the tie, my number 1. But the other one is Different Strokes, the other Alan Thicke song.
Wow. I did not go there for number 1.
You didn't like Different Strokes?
It's great.
It was
You know
so
what?
good.
I can't believe how that one completely slipped past me.
Oh, yeah.
It would have bumped one out.
Different Strokes was great.
The Greatest American Hero.
I knew you were going to go there with that one. And I have that on my list
It's
too.
incredibly white.
It is.
I'm not even gonna lie.
But we watched that show. Me and Jason used to watch that show religiously.
How it's not a show today, I don't understand. It'd be great. It'd be
That
great.
guy, his curly blonde afro, and
Every time he takes off, he crashes.
oh, it's so great.
The worst CGI ever. It was terrible.
Family Ties. What did you think of
Family
that one?
Ties was really good.
That was a good one too.
That was really good.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard. You know.
I know. It's one of those things that if I could go back in time and smack myself in the back of the head, I would.
But bending them curves. It was great. And you know what? They put at the beginning when they just show the guitar.
The song is great. You can take that away with the song.
Yeah, if you could just remove the top of the car, it'd be awesome.
Exactly. Agreed.
Convertible.
Agreed.
Oh, that was tough. Now, did you have any that weren't in the 80s that you thought about?
Well, yeah, of course there was Good Times. That might be my favorite one.
Yeah.
And, back to the Jeffersons. You know who sings that song?
No.
Jeanette Dubois. Played Winona on Good Times.
Really?
Yes, she sang that song.
I had a thing for her.
Well, now you have another thing.
Yeah, no joke.
This is good stuff.
Yeah. I can't even deny that. All right, so a couple, The Fresh Prince.
Was that the 80s?
No, that would have been probably early 90s. But
I was like,
I was
wait a
thinking of
minute.
other decades.
Okay.
But The Fresh Prince, only because, how many theme songs can we really say were rap songs in the, you know what I mean?
In West Philadelphia.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't even mention that. The Gary Shandling Show.
Oh, I love that. That
one was great.
This is the theme, the Gary.
That was great.
That was good.
Yeah.
What else was there?
As you move forward in the later 90s, The Sopranos was great just because, woke up this morning, got yourself a gun.
That was a great song, and I never watched that show either, surprisingly.
What?
You know what happened? I don't know what happened. But by the time someone finally convinced me to watch an episode of it, I think it was the last season where things got real, not very gangster-like, and I just couldn't get into it.
Okay, let me tell you something.
I think every time I turned on the TV, he was in a therapy session, which I was like, this is not the kind of mob show for me.
The first couple of seasons of that show are the best representation of Italian Americans ever.
Yeah? Never seen it. I'll have to go back and watch.
Uncle June said things that I heard my grandfather say 400 million times. Absolutely.
I also just started watching Breaking Bad. I saw the first episode the other night.
Breaking Bad is one of the great shows in America.
I hear that. The first episode is good.
It's great.
I'm interested in the second episode.
One of the great shows in American
Did
history.
you ever hear of a show called Automan?
Auto Man.
Yeah, it was like almost like a knockoff of Knight Rider.
But it was like a B. It was like if there was B movie shows. Yeah.
And it was just.
He played the saxophone. Is that the dude that played?
And he was in the car that would like make 90-degree turns, but it was horrible animation.
No,
it was
I know what you're
we used to watch that one too.
Yeah, that's bad.
Hunter, you know Hunter?
Hunter, what? Of course.
Hunter.
Dee Dee McCall.
So this is what I know about Hunter. You ready for it?
Oh no.
It was the show that we would fight sleep to stay up to watch Saturday Night Live, or Saturday Night Main Event. It would come on before Saturday Night's main events.
Why does everything go back to that for you?
Wrestling?
Yeah.
Because wrestling's great.
Well, everything we talk about somehow goes back to wrestling.
I mean, Rob, what do I really like? I like food. I like Philadelphia sports. I like the Grateful Dead. And I like professional wrestling.
That's... I mean...
It's like my own little smorgasbord of fun.
You're just the most unusual guy I've ever met.
Fantastic.
Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. Although I agree with you on the food part.
Yeah. We got to put a poll up for our next top 5. Get some input from people.
Man. Well, there's a ton that we could go off of.
There is. There is.
The top 5 ways I would punch Drake in the face is going on.
Absolutely. Fairfax High School all-year reunion next week. Are we going to see you there?
Oh my goodness.
But I mean other people because I won't be here.
Yeah, I was going to say no.
It'd be good.
No.
Well, hopefully y'all watch.
Yeah. No. Oops.
Edits.
Yeah. Cut that out.
Leave that one with the Cosby Show.
Yeah. See, this is where we need the barkeep.
Yes.
Permanent barkeep.
We do.
I just like the term barkeep.
Let's bring them in. It'll be fun.
It would be.
Let's do it.
Get them hammered.
Yeah.
Why not?
All right. Rob, John, 2 up.
2 down.
See you next week. Now you can talk, bro.
Not a bit. Not a bit.
Perfect.
First of all, the amount of sweat in this hat.
I told you it was a Speedy